okay, I know it's been a long time. I know I should be doing this more than once every couple of months. I get that. But see, there's a reason why this takes so long. There's a reason why it took so long this time. Let me tell you something, as an experienced one doing this on YouTube, let me tell you something about this YouTube thing. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Look, I don't know nothing about no damn having to be a certain way, act a certain way when I'm out in the street, or what I can and can't do and why and all that good stuff. None of that stuff makes sense to me. I'll never understand that. So I don't understand the feedback. I mean, we all understand the negative feedback, because negative feedback is what you get more than you get positive, especially if you're me. You always get people saying bad things. But whole nother story. I don't know nothing about this. I don't know how I'm supposed to act or other people are supposed to act, because I'm not acting. The LED lights just popped on by themselves. That's how true it is. Anyway, so I'm gonna tell you something that happened to me recently, which goes along with the whole I don't know how this is supposed to go thing, right? So jumping right into it, I'm going to the store, I'm buying stuff, I'm doing adult stuff, I'm doing grown folk stuff, going into adult store, buying adult thing. I was buying things in the store. You don't need to know what I was buying or why I was buying it. So I walks up in the store, and when I walks up in the store, I'm just being me, walking in the store. People look at me like I'm an alien, and you know what? That's fine. I've been getting that since like 1996 or 5 or something like that, so who cares? But for whatever reason, this time when I walk in the store, I walk for about 2 seconds, and for no reason at all, I turn, I look behind me, and I see like a girl and a couple of guys walk in, and they're looking my way, but I mean, we all walk in the store in the same direction, so, I'm not thinking they paying me any attention. So I'm going about my business. I'm walking, I'm going up and down aisles. I'm just moving stuff out the way. I like this, I don't like that. I might get this, but I might not. I should put this back, I should put this in my pocket. I should put this under my shirt. Typical stuff you do when you in the store and you trying to hurry get out the store. I go into a whole nother aisle, and there's people in every aisle. I'm not paying attention. I go into the second aisle and realize the people in the second aisle were the same people in the first aisle. And they were looking at stuff. They were doing what they were doing. They were, doing what people do, like being in my way. So I don't feel like talking to people. I turn around and go back out the aisle, and I'll just go down the next aisle and come in through the other side. Well, that was my plan, but see, even though they tell you as kids, you're supposed to plan things, make things go right, I always say, what works for people doesn't work for me, and vice versa. So plans never went right for me. But me being stupid, I planned to just come up the other end of the aisle, so that's what I do, right? But when I get to that part of the aisle is now empty. When I get to the other end from the other aisle. Hope you're following. I go about my business, I walk through the aisle, get back up to where I was trying to get to when the people were in my way, and when I get to what I want to look at, I look behind me where I just came from, and this same group of people are in the aisle coming up, walking slowly. I'm like, okay, strange, but whatever, it's people in the store, not paying no attention, right? Everything is getting darker. It's because I don't know how to stand still. You're just gonna have to deal with it because I'm not adjusting it online because it takes too long. So here we go, back to the story. I get what I'm getting. I go to leave the aisle. I go like 2 aisles down, something else catches my attention. Ooh, pretty, Some of us, with of intelligence, we distract real easily. So I stop and I'm looking at this pretty stuff I'm not gonna get into. And after about 2-3 minutes, I just randomly, and the same people are coming down that aisle. Now it's 3 of them, right? Now I'm like, there's a lot of people in this store, so I'm gonna see a lot of different faces. Why am I only seeing these 3 faces over and over again? That wasn't weird enough. What really got my attention was they're kind of talking to each other, as people do when you hang out. But see, people don't understand the way some of us look at like vampirism, right? Because it already got my attention, you see people talking to people all the time, you see people enjoying themselves with people, you see body language and all that. We used to that. But when people are comfortable with the people they talk to, and they're trying to talk in a certain way, you're so used to thinking let me not be so obvious that you make yourself obvious. What's that saying I always put online? The more you try to hide something, the more obvious you make it. So now when they go to talk to each other, they look like they're trying to keep people from hearing what they're saying. But none of the time they was in the store, they were doing that. Now it looks like you're trying to hide something. Now you actually got my attention and probably everybody else's attention in there because you look kind of crazy. So I turn away. I wait for them to get closer so I can kind of actually hear what they're talking about. And once I think they got close enough, the guy and the girl turn around and walk to the other end of the aisle and walk out the aisle. Now to me, that looks like they about to try something. So I leave the aisle. I go into the aisle, like the first aisle I mentioned in the story, on purpose, just to see what the third guy was gonna do and if the other two were in that aisle. This time when I walk into the aisle and I see them, I look at them for a good 3 seconds before I turn and go look at something else I wanted to take a look at. After about a couple of seconds, I turn and I peek at them. I peek at them and I see the girl like, and then you see the guy do the. Now, y'all know what that means, you know? That means they're talking about you. And they see that you see them, so they're trying to make it not obvious. So now I'm like, all right, something ain't right, you know? And I need to be more on my P's and Q's. Like, if someone don't say something, I gotta say something before one of them do something. That's what's going through my mind. So I put more stuff in the cart. I pick up this thing that got some weight to it in case I want to use it for something. And I put it in my, well, it's not a cart. You know, they have little baskets because reasons. And I walk out the aisle and I'm like, all right, something weird about these people. When I get there, ooh, I could use this. Yeah, I totally just zoned out. Started looking at other stuff that I might want to buy. Probably not the best thing to do when you think you're in danger, but I mean, whatever. So I start to realize I no longer feel the presence of danger close to me. Cool, no problem. Now I go looking at stuff, turn to walk out the aisle. I back up to someone that ain't got nothing to do with this, just to almost hit her, just so she looks up at me. Just so I could be like, oh, I'm sorry, you gonna go by? And you know, she's like, yeah, okay. She goes by, I was like, I'm sorry, I didn't see you there. She said, blah, 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 no, yeah, I saw, ha, ha, ha. So now I walk out the aisle behind her. That was my way of letting the people know, either A, don't talk to me, or B, if you're gonna try to get my attention, you gotta say, excuse me, or something like that, because if you just start wilding out on me in there, somebody is standing right here now who will see and hear everything. So the reason why I did that, trying to keep the peace, trying to be a peaceful person. I go towards the end of the aisle. The girl walks past me and keeps going. I go, the other girl was making, you know, jokes about being tall. We had a quick, like, 10, 15 second conversation about tall and not being able to see little people, ha, ha, ha. I go and turn into some random aisle so she don't think I'm following her. When I turn into this aisle, the dude that wasn't in the first aisle but is with the two people, he just walks up next to me and I'm doing like this and realize he stopped walking. Now, you know what's going through my mind. So I turn to him. I'm thinking I gotta do something right now that's not gonna be crazy. And what's going through my mind, you know, I grabs this guy, I pushes him up against the wall, and I said, okay, what is all this about? Then he's looking at me going, and I'm like, yo, you need to talk. This back and forth, walking behind me thing, for the last 10, 15 minutes, we don't play that. What is you trying to do right now? What is the purpose of all this? As I'm saying that, the girl walks up, she stops behind me. My cheese already risen. I'm already thinking y'all trying to rob me or jump me, and you stupid chick is gonna stop behind me. So I let him go, and I took the basket, and I put the basket between me and her, and I pushed it up against her chest. God, I am such a mean, evil person. I'm a monster, I know. I said, one of y'all better tell me what's happening. One of y'all better say something. You know what? Start out by telling me, where's the third person that was here? The dude is like, yo, no, yo, chill. And I'm like, no, it's three of y'all, and I know y'all trying. Now I'm getting loud on purpose just to let everybody around me know something's happening. While I had the basket up to the girl and she's trying to move it, I let the basket fall, like to fall on her foot. And I walk down the aisle going between the people while they all standing there like, I get to the other end of the aisle, I see the other dude I was asking him about. He's just standing there looking at me like I'm an alien. I say to him, all right, since they not saying something, you better say something. At this point, employees are coming over there because we're making a disturbance. I was like, you better say something. Something like what? I was like, why y'all following me around the store and nobody is saying anything? And the dude says, nah, they know you. Why do they know me and I don't know them? So now I turn to the employees to try to explain to them what's happening. But I do it really ignorant and ghetto on purpose, because for whatever reason, that's the language people tend to understand. If I talk nice about how aggravated I am, they ain't gonna take it too serious. But if I talk like I'm about to just shoot y'all right now, then all of a sudden they ready to call the cops, they think it's gonna be a problem. The difference in the way you talk. But I'm talking like that to get everybody scared. The dude that was with the girl said, yo, you ain't have to do all that with the basket and all that. I was like, you ain't have to be following me around the store. You lucky, that's all I did. Where do you know me from? He does it wasn't me. She was saying that, and he stopped talking, and I was like, she was saying that what? And the dude said, she was saying that she sees some videos of you on YouTube, and she was trying to get us to ask you if that's you and if you have a YouTube channel, because you look familiar, blah, 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 watch the videos, blah, 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 vampire stuff. And I was just like, yeah, at this point, I'm kind of feeling as stupid as I look. That's what she said when we were walking in. And that's the only reason why all of us walked in here. And I was like, well, you could have just asked that a long time ago. You know, you didn't have to follow me around the store. I'm no monster. But see, right now, I look like a monster because of what I did earlier. Now the girl kind of just walked away, and I was like, all right, well, to answer your question, yes, the whole YouTube thing or whatever, that is me. But I wasn't expecting people to come at me, asking me like that and being that way. You should have just led with that, homie. A simple excuse me when you first saw me. Are you, and however you would have said it, that would have sufficed. The roaming around the store, following behind me, trying to figure out what to do next, walking past me and stopping right next to me, and this girl stopping behind me. Now, despite how I look to some people, I am from the hood. So all that walking in the aisle, stopping and staring at me and stopping behind me, I'm thinking one thing. I'm thinking beat down, fight. I'm trying to hurt somebody so I don't get hurt. I don't mind people talking to me in the street if they're not gonna be rude, but this is the way you go about doing certain things in life. Sneaking up on people because you're curious about them, not the way to do it. All this to say, right, to the people who I put my hands on fairly recently, I did it because I was scared, and I do apologize. Now that I know you watched the video, that will watch the channel, I feel like I should apologize because I'm already looking like a monster and too many people just don't like me and don't like my personality or whatever the case. So the last thing I need to do is be like, yeah, you got what you deserve. So again, I apologize to those people. And I didn't mean no harm. I just thought that I was gonna be harmed. And they seem like decent people, even despite all that. They really did. Until I did hey, let me ask you a question. Y'all seen the videos and all that? Yeah, all right, cool. She's seen the videos. Okay, let me ask you another question. Did y'all subscribe to the channel? Well, we were just